to start strong.
I used to care when Mike cheered so hard he spilled nacho cheese on my carpet. But thanks to Pepsi, even Mike can't ruin my football party.
So this football season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink made for football watching. Pepsi, that's what I like.
Mystic Lake is a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. All season long, play to win a share of $500,000 in prizes, including 2021 season tickets, autographed memorabilia, a Polaris side-by-side, and much more. Enter casino drawings at Mystic Lake and digital drawings online at mysticlake.com. Follow the lights to Mystic Lake Casino Hotel.
30, 20, game-winning!
I admit it, I'm an addict. If football's on TV, I'm watching it. And if the Vikings are playing, there are only two things that'll get me out of my recliner. One of those is a trip to the buffet table. Ours always includes grilled brats and hot dogs on soft, fresh Village Hearth buns. At halftime, we bring out a huge platter of cold-cut sandwiches made on Country Hearth multigrain bread. Baked right here in the Midwest, Country Hearth and Village Hearth are proud partners of the Minnesota Vikings.
Touchdown!
Your home for all things purple.
Caught! Yes! Touchdown!
FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Time now for Vikings Fan Line on the Minnesota Vikings Radio Network. Your chance to talk about today's game with the Vikings broadcast team. Add to the conversation on Vikings Fan Line by calling 651-989-KFAN or toll free 1-800-320-5326. Now it's your reaction to all the action. Vikings Fan Line. Here's KFAN's Ron Johnson and Corey Cove.
The hell just happened, Ron, right? Vikings Fan Line, they win in the most bizarre fashion, basically, ever. I'm Corey Cove. That's Ron Johnson. We'll take your phone calls the next couple of hours at 651-989-5326 or 1-800-320-5326. Vikes got kind of crazy lucky, right? Teddy Bridgewater, if he is even, for a guy that's super accurate, he locks this game up. If he just finds a way to hit a wide open Moore in the end zone. Instead, he throws so inaccurately, he hurts his own receiver. That's hard to do, to miss your receiver so badly you hurt him.
Yeah.
You make that catch, the game's over.
Just the play calling as a whole, though. Carolina down the stretch.
Garbage.
I don't know why they threw the ball so many times. You run it and let the clock run out. You run it and let the clock run down. And then you limit the time that Kirk Cousins has at the end, and you force them to stretch. By that much time left and a field goal made, 6 points, you gave them too many options on his final drive.
Yeah, I think Beebe muffed the field goal, or the punt, with what, 2:10 or something?
Yep, it was.
By the time the Vikes got the ball back, it was like 1:50.
Yeah, it was.
So you ran no time off the clock.
Yeah,
and got just 3 points. And we're watching Fox 9 right now. Not only did Teddy in the first half miss DJ Moore wide open, not only did Teddy lead Robbie Anderson out of bounds, right, on that long one, although it was completed. But if he keeps that ball in play,
it's
Robbie walks into the end zone.
Yeah, especially on a double move like that.
And then to clinch it, as I mentioned earlier, just 10 seconds ago. That is
uncharacteristic, though, to be honest, because he was at 72% completion.
He missed all day
coming into this. So
Teddy was awful today.
Yeah,
awful.
maybe the ghost of U.S. Bank finally helped us out. Who knows?
I don't understand it. And clearly, his one giant touchdown was a Robbie Anderson just walk in because the Vikings blitz and missed. What a bizarre game, man! How many times?
And even that blitz. I mean, not only was the blitz bad, but there's who was covering him.
Yeah, Denebo was trying to chase him down. It made no sense. I mean,
correct.
Just super. I mean, it was one of those Tecmo Bowl plays, right? Where they called the exact wrong.
And one of the keys to the game was bracket Robbie Anderson. That's his main target. And they had done it for the most part up until then. And then it just like all hell broke loose. After that, it was like point after point, weirdness after weirdness. I mean, Chad Beebe is the Undertaker. He literally was in the coffin. And
Marwan Malouf still might be, but Marwan Malouf was in the coffin when Beebe dropped that, right?
Marwan still might be in the coffin. Beebe got out.
If he doesn't, my guess is Zimmer absolutely gets rid of him at the end of the year.
Probably.
Right?
I mean, because and this is where, and I'm devil's advocate. People always say this. Marwan Malouf can only put the players on the field. He can't tell them how to catch, how to kick, how to, because we talked about that for forever with Prefer. Like, whose job is it to teach the kicker how to kick? Like, it's not his job. Maybe let's get a kicking whisperer in here. And that was the issue with Prefer, the field goal issues. Now we got Dan Bailey, and I don't think I've had to hold my breath once so far with extra points and field goals. But then now we're looking at punt. Like, punt is usually the best part of the game. Like, we're getting the ball back. Punt return this year has been god-awful. I mean, KJ Osborne has not shown the twitchiness that he showed at Miami. You know, his college highlight tape, nothing looks like that. So whether he's thinking too much or he's just not as fast as he was, you know, we thought he was, because college players on punt return or punt might be a little bit slower than these NFL guys. And then BB, you know, my X factor, which he's still paying out to be an X factor, but my X factor today on Fox 9 was Chad Beebe. I said KJ Osborne probably should not be a punt returner. I didn't know they were going to deactivate him, but they did. And then I said with Adam Thielen being out, Beebe's going to have to be that secondary guy to Justin Jefferson. And it worked out, but the punt return part, like, that's what's crazy to me. But you know what? Like, honestly, who knows if BB actually makes the fair catch? Because I know you love the butterfly effect. Does Kirk Cousins come out with that like mindset that he had, knowing we have one foot in the grave right now? And when Kirk Cousins walked on that field, he commanded it. He drove him down the field.
Yeah, but he also, but again, both teams sucked so bad today. They both deserve to lose. What was Matt Rule thinking only rushing 3, right? You gave Kirk all the time in the world. We've all known this about Kirk for years now, especially Vikings fans the last couple of years. That's when Kirk's at his best. You give him a lot of time, he's super good. When he struggles is when you have to force him out of the pocket and you make him panic. Right. They sent 3 he had all day.
It's tough, though, because
awful coaching decision. Matt Rule should just absolutely look in the mirror at the end of this and go, I botched the 2-minute drive, right? We ran no time off the clock. And then I absolutely botched the final minute and a half at the end with defensively, right? What are you doing? Yeah. Just Matt Rule to blame, I think, big time. If you're on Panthers fan line right now, you got to be furious. Let's go back down in the locker room. Greg Coleman is with DJ Wanham.
DJ, big game. Man, I know being a young fella, you may have had some games like this in high school, college, but is this your first game on this emotional roller coaster and come out with a win?
Right.
Take us through it, man. I mean, because hell, my emotions were all over the place.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, man. So basically, it came down to, you know, I missed the sack the play before, and I was like, man, I got to make this play. I got to make a play for my teammates, man. So next play, field goal. I told EK, I'm about to swim this guy. I swimmed him, got my hands up, blocked the field goal, and made a big play for my team, man. Man, it was the emotional roller coaster the whole game, but I'm glad I was able to make the play and make plays, you know, to help us get this dub.
Is that something that you practice on a religious basis? I mean, because that swim move, you pick up with Andre Patterson on defense with going against offensive linemen. So is it the same technique, same church, different pew?
Yeah, it's kind of similar technique, but it's quicker because everything's happening fast. So, blocking kicks, I was doing this since college. I blocked some in college. So I knew that if I swim this guy, if he leaned forward, I'm going to swim him, get my hands up, block the kick, and it happened for me, man.
Did you come from the right side on the last one on Shays? Was he trying to kick it away from you and pulled it to the left?
Yep. And he pulled it to the left and missed it, man. But it was a great feeling, man. Great feeling.
Talk about, because very rarely, we just talked with a couple of your mates. Very rarely do you have 3 turnovers and come back to win a football game.
Right. Yeah, man. You kept our foot on the pedal. We knew it was gonna come down to the defense. The last drive, kept our foot on the pedal. We kept going, and we came up with the dub, man. And it was a great feeling, being able to come back in the locker room and celebrate with our team. Especially, our games are always down to the last drive. So being able to get this dub and celebrate with the teammates is a great feeling. We're going to keep this thing going.
You gave up just over 100 yards rushing. I mean, this was a decent football team, but you're still in the hunt. Right. What is the feeling like in that locker room?
Oh, it's a great feeling, man. We got the guys. We got the morality is high. We just got to keep going. Going into practice. The vets. Keeping us rookies. Heads up, keeping us positive, keeping us going. And, we come on Sundays ready to play. And, we're going to keep this thing going and, try to pull this shot for the playoffs.
What do you think, last one before we let you go, what do you think has been your greatest area of growth since the start of the season?
Definitely my rushing. Coach Dre's on me, every day, every practice, about my rush angles and different things like that. So, definitely my pass rush is definitely getting better. You're not there yet, but So pass rush, man, getting better, getting faster, and working on my little technique. And, the sky's the limit. I'm going to keep getting better, to help us get these wins.
DJ, it ain't little potential. Sky's the limit, brother. Thank you so much for spending time with our listeners, and congratulations on a big win here at US Bank Stadium.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. That's DJ Wanham, guys. And it's becoming when you have a guy who has the ability not only to get one block kick, but, key sacks and key blocks, that means that the upside, like he mentioned, is huge because he has a knack for making the big play. And Ron, you know this, when a guy shows that kind of characteristic, he can build on it as he matures as a player.
No doubt. Yeah. I mean, he's making play after play. We've seen in the Packers game, and he continues to show why he deserved to be drafted.
Crazy. All right, the Vikings win 28-27 over the Carolina Panthers. We'll take your phone calls and react after this at 651-989-5326 or 1-800-320-5326. But Ron, we might be seeing history today.
Mm-hmm.
The first quarter is not even over yet. Kansas City at Tampa.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill has 2 touchdowns and 203 yards, and the first quarter is not even over. The NFL record is 336.
My eyes are glued to this Broncos stat line.
203. We'll talk about that later. More of Minnesota Vikings fan line after this. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
It's Paul Allen. Know what the legendary Purple People Eaters and TimberTech decking have in common? A dominating defense. TimberTech has the durability to hold up against Minnesota weather for decades. Not only will it not rot, warp, or splinter like conventional wood, it looks more like wood than any composite brand. And with up to a 50-year warranty, you're protected season after season. Start designing the deck you've always wanted at TimberTech.com. Better tech, better deck. TimberTech, go against the grain.
The Minnesota Vikings count on knowledgeable coaches to bring out the best in their team. Your organization should count on Loeffler, the most knowledgeable office technology and services partner in the Midwest, to deliver innovative solutions and get the best results from your team. Loeffler operates and supports a full portfolio of solutions, including copiers and printers, managed print services, cloud-based and managed IT, phone systems, and on-site managed services solutions. Loeffler is your most valuable partner for innovative business technology and services in the upper Midwest.
30, 20, game winning.
I admit it, I'm an addict. If football's on TV, I'm watching it. And if the Vikings are playing, there are only 2 things that'll get me out of my recliner. One of those is a trip to the buffet table. Ours always includes grilled brats and hot dogs on soft, fresh Village Hearth buns. At halftime, we bring out a huge platter of cold-cut sandwiches made on Country Hearth multigrain bread. Baked right here in the Midwest, Country Hearth and Village Hearth are proud partners of the Minnesota Vikings.
Touchdown!
I'm Marcus, and I'm a contractor. When I put new windows in my home, I used Anderson 400 series windows because they're a snap to install. And as a homeowner, I only want the best. So if I installed anything less, I'd have to call myself and say, "What were you thinking?" And I'd say back, "I guess I wasn't." And who wants to have that conversation with themselves? So just go with Anderson 400 series. They're better for contractors and homeowners.
Anderson 400 series windows. The window contractors trust most in their own homes. Based on 2018 survey of contractors about Anderson 400 series clad windows.
Your home for all things purple.
Galvin 10-5, touchdown!
FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
The rookie Charlton, big punt, end over end, BB, fair catch, and no, he bobbled it, he muffed it, and the Carolina Panthers recovered it at the 8. The Minnesota Vikings deserve to lose this game. End of story. Can't have that happen. My God.
It's just improbable to be able to pull this thing off and to even be in this position in the first place. So let's capitalize on it. I'd love to see BB be the guy to catch this touchdown.
2 receivers left and right. Cousins, back to pass, fires to the end zone. Yes! Touchdown, Vikings! Chad Beebe! Well done! Your first National Football League touchdown has made everybody forget about the muff, and it's tied the game at 27. Chad Beebe!
Yeah, you go back to that first highlight, though, from Paul Allen. It was over. The Panthers freaking blew it.
The muff putt, yeah.
Yeah, well, it should be over. With the Vikings only having 1 timeout, I know the 2-minute warning.
Christmas miracle.
My gosh. Oh, man. Bizarre. Yeah, Teddy was awful. I mean, Jeremy Chin was amazing, right? By the way, not only...
I mean, imagine the story Chad Beebe's going to be able to tell years from now when he's a public speaker on some stage.
What? He's
like Chad
be a public speaker?
Oh, yeah, he's going to be a motivational speaker. I mean, you got to think about it. His life, his love of Christ, his dad, and now this story, talking about redemption. Like, he can actually talk about
That's all you need?
That's all you need.
You need
a
one
moment.
game,
you need
faith, and a famous
moment.
dad?
You need one moment.
Man, you got
Ben
a low
Utek
bar
continues
for
to tell the story
motivational
from one
speakers.
game, which was the Super Bowl, where he was supposed to make this big catch that Peyton Manning, and he dropped it during practice, and Peyton had trust in him, and Ben Utek made the catch for 7 yards, and it was a first down, and blah, blah. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Where do I get tickets? Justin, St. Paul. Hi, Justin.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yep.
Hey, so we all know Kirk played great the last 3 minutes, but I think the person to thank the most is Matt Rule. I mean, that was just god-awful.
No doubt.
On his part.
Just
I mean,
brutal.
I think Kirk should have hugged him before Mike Zimmer.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Justin's 100% right, man. Matt Rule, whoever was in charge of making those executive decisions down the road.
Coordinator.
Right, but the head coach can always veto it, right? That's what everybody always says is head coach has veto power. You can be like, no, I need a run here.
Right.
I need a run. They kept passing it.
But
when they did, Teddy missed him anyway. Just what an absolute train wreck.
Yes, but the quick pass to the running back out the backfield, you catch that.
Well,
like they
the
all dropped a few.
Yeah, or the drive before, right? Even the tough one on third down.
Yeah.
Guy dropped that one too.
Yeah, they were dropping some ones that they should at least caught.
So much
even for
time
no
should
gain,
run off the clock.
You still catch the ball. Yeah,
absolutely. That dude Davis tried to run with it. Before the ball, you have to catch it. It doesn't matter if you get tackled for a loss.
Exactly, catch it and go down.
Brutal. Ryan in Plymouth. Hi, Ryan.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Good. Hey, you've heard never let the facts get in the way of your argument, and I want to touch on Lieber saying out in the post game how Teddy had a great game.
No.
Teddy had 3 touchdown passes that he missed, overthrew.
Correct.
Late first half, horrible pass. He led the guy to bounds. The touchdown at the end of the game, which he should have threw in the end zone, the guy within 5 yards of him. And in Minnesota, we have this infatuation with Teddy Bridgewater. You think of what he was going to be. He was never better than an average quarterback. He was 15, 20 best quarterback in the NFL. He'll never be better than that. And hopefully, I'm not a Kurt apologist, but hopefully after today's game, they're going to see that Teddy is not even in Cousins' league. Cousins is a far superior quarterback than Teddy will ever be. And so maybe now they can put it to rest. And God bless Teddy. What he came back from was amazing. I'm sure he's a great guy off the field. He is not a quarterback of a playoff team that's going to win the game, and he never will be.
Yeah, thanks for the call. I couldn't agree more. I had Teddy Bridgewater in the Fantasy Charts Challenge that we do in the Power 2 Morning Show.
Yep.
So I was absolutely watching everything he did because I wanted all of the yards.
Let's say you got 267 yards out of him, so that was okay, right?
Yeah, he was awful today.
Who are you going against, though? Who's the Ghost have?
Carson Wentz tomorrow night. It doesn't matter. But to his point, I couldn't agree more with everything he said. We went through the 3 touchdowns that he left on the board. The DJ Moore one that he overthrew. The Robbie Anderson one that was a completion, but he walked the guy right out of bounds. You keep that on the field, and Robbie just prances into the end zone. The clincher at the end, he missed by a mile. Hurt DJ Moore. He threw it so poorly. I think Cousins is a playoff caliber quarterback.
He is.
Is he a Super Bowl caliber quarterback?
Yeah,
we don't know that. But
I think so.
But he is a playoff caliber quarterback. I think Teddy's not. And even Teddy's touchdown
But why
today,
are we letting the facts get involved in this? It's the heart story of Teddy coming back.
It doesn't matter. Today, Teddy was brutal. If you have a better Teddy Bridgewater today, the Panthers win.
100%. But he also, so the thing about it, though, and this is credit to the Vikings, the little things that don't show up on the stat sheet, getting in his way, pushing Lyman to his feet. If you watch that deep ball, he can't really step into it because as he's throwing, he realizes there's a guy at his feet. So he kind of does like that weird kind of step hop. So he throws, steps, and hops, which means he's not really fully throwing the ball. And they brought it up on the broadcast that Teddy's been accurate for the most part, but deep balls are not a part of his game.
Like he's a check down guy.
He's been okay, but yeah, he's that mid-range 12. And I said that hash to sideline, that's not his throw. Hash to deep ball, other side of the field. That's not his throw. And so
what is his throw then? I mean, but isn't that the whole point?
It's the shallows, it's the curls, it's the slants. He's really accurate. He gets like the ball to when he scored was perfect. The shallow route, he put it right in front of him. He was able to catch and run. That's Teddy's throw. And I'm not saying that means he's a great quarterback. I'm just saying
that was easy.
That's his throw. So if you want to figure out, like, I bet the Bears would take him. Like the Bears would say, "Oh, Teddy Bridgewater's doing exactly what we need to do. Get the ball into our playmakers' hands." and let him do something with the ball versus throwing it behind him. Now, the ones he missed, yeah, he's going to watch film. He's like, dang, I wish I can get those back. But it worked out in the Vikings' favor because they blew some coverages where guys were wide open and Teddy missed them. So, yeah, I never understood. I said this. If Teddy had not gotten hurt, Vikings fans would have probably been calling for Kirk Cousins anyway. Like, Teddy would have probably played, 8 years here or 7 years or whatever that number was when Kirk became a free agent. And I guarantee the Vikings still might have been in the Kirk Cousins sweepstakes because they would have realized, like, okay, Teddy's gotten us 9 wins. Teddy's gotten us 8 wins. Teddy's gotten us maybe a playoff. But Teddy is not making these throws that we need when we have Adam Thielen. We have Stephon Diggs. Like, you look at some of the guys they had here who they would have, Teddy would have had to groom and grow up with. They probably would have been looking for Kirk Cousins or somebody anyway. Like, I just think dollar-wise and draft pick-wise, we wouldn't have had to, do the Bradford thing. You wouldn't have had to get rid of this person. You probably would have had more cornerbacks and offensive tackles maybe. Who knows? But, it is what it is. We are here now.
Vikes with a potentially season-saving win, 28-27 over the Panthers. The Panthers are all but done now at 4-8. The Vikes up to 5-6. The missed field goal at the buzzer clinches the victory for the Vikings. We'll take more of your phone calls after this at 651-989-5326 or 1-800-320-5326. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
The holidays are bustling with activity. Handle it all with Happy Honda Days. Surprise visit home? The Honda Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline have it under control. Take on the season with financing as low as 0.9% APR on the 2021 Pilot and Passport and as low as 1.9% APR on the 2020 Ridgeline on select models from well-qualified buyers.
Enjoy great deals across our entire lineup. Visit GreaterTwinCitiesHondaDealers.com. See dealer for financing details.
We Minnesotans love outdoor football, but our weather makes it tough. That's why a high-performance 3M film was chosen for the U.S. Bank Stadium roof, making it the first NFL stadium with a transparent roof that lets sunshine in but keeps rain, cold, and snow out. And 3M Science doesn't just work hard on game days. From Post-it notes to reflective clothing to cell phones and more, 3M solutions help make life better in many ways. 3M Science, applied to life. Proud to be the official science partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey Vikings fans, while you are staying safe at home, you can still play Vikings Victory and other promotional games through Pilot Games Player Connect app. Win Vikings autographed items and other merchandise each week when you play. Play now through December 8th for your chance to qualify for the Pilot Championship Series, and you can win up to $5,000. Go to pilotgames.com/PCS and download the Player Connect app to register. Games are free to play. Must be 18 or older. When you play Pilot Games and Vikings Victory, your community wins.
Working from home right now can be challenging, but seeing a doctor from home is easy thanks to virtual doctor's visits from North Memorial Health. Honey, don't pull the dog's tail. With e-visit, video visits, or phone visits, it's another way to keep each other safer. Excuse me. Oh no. Is this permanent marker? Sorry about that. Visit northmemorial.com to learn more. North Memorial Health, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Listen to Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer's day after press conference tomorrow at 2 on the Common Man program on The Fan.
Third down, Trey Boston, the single high safety, about 20 yards, maybe 18 from the line of scrimmage. Empty backfield. Cousins hit and sacked and thrown down, and the ball bounced out, and the Carolina Panthers have their first defensive touchdown of the season. It's that outstanding rookie Jeremy Chinn who got into the end zone, and Carolina's taken a 13-10 lead. The Panthers are +3 in the take-give this season. Vikings -5. Handoff, Dalvin goes right up the middle from the 25. He's hit at the 26. Falls outside. Ball was ripped away, and Chinn is in the end zone again.
Dalvin's slow to get up.
And Jeremy Chinn is celebrating with his second touchdown of the game. This rookie has run Carolina to a 20-10 lead. Forget that. Pete's right. Dalvin Cook got smacked, and he's on his knees.
And Dalvin Cook, after the game with Greg Coleman, hinted that he thought there was a little funny business there in that pile, that somebody was twisting his ankle and doing the gator roll in that big pile. But more amazingly, not only did Jeremy Chinn have back-to-back defensive touchdowns, right? Fumble returns for touchdowns, 10 seconds apart, right? And somebody said it's been a bazillion years since somebody's had 2 in a game.
Right.
Whether it's interceptions or fumbles, my guess is no defensive player has ever had back-to-back plays that are defensive touchdowns, right?
Right, yeah.
That has to be the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, that's the likelihood of that even happening.
Almost impossible.
Like that clearly is almost. I mean,
crazy.
You're playing the different Broncos right now. That's about it.
That was a 3-point deficit for the Panthers that quickly, in 10 seconds, turned into an 11-point lead.
Right.
And as Pete and Paul just went through, it looked like Dalvin was maybe not coming back in the game for a second, right? Had to be helped off the field, then started jogging a couple minutes later. But temporarily, you're like, you're telling me we just gave up 14 points in 10 seconds and Dalvin's hurt?
Right.
Like, I know this game still has a full half to go, but I think everybody watching or listening said, this game's over. Game's over, season's over.
Yeah.
What a weird way to kind of put the final nail in the coffin. But again, Teddy was mostly bad in the second half, and the Panthers down the stretch did everything possible to give the Vikings a chance to come back. And let's give Kirk some credit. I know Kirk catches a ton of hell on social media, but what else was he supposed to do today?
I don't know.
I thought Kirk was really, really good. You go 307.3 and 115.7. Yeah, but he was doing that too, right?
Yeah.
People are doing that all over the place on the sidelines now.
Yeah, you have. That's the new NFL rule that got brought up Monday.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because the Broncos don't follow rules.
Yeah, we have to wear a mask all the way up until the camera turns back on.
Makes sense. Anthony in St. Paul. Hi, Anthony.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. What a game, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
it was.
Absolutely crazy. So my question is actually related to coaching. Today I think that Mike Zimmer saved his job. I think he really saved the season a little bit and definitely saved his job. I don't know where it was going to go if they had lost today. My other question, though, is do you guys think this is it for Marvin Maloof? Is he going to get the axe? Is he done? And is he going to get cut this upcoming week and we're going to get a new coach? Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for the call.
Is this Lions fan line? I don't think his job was ever in jeopardy regardless of what happened in this game. For Mike Zimmer? Zimmer, yeah.
No.
Maloof? Possibly.
We've seen guys like Norv Turner walk out because they got tired of working with Zimmer, right?
Right.
What's dude's name? DiFilippo, right? Got canned mid-season.
Yep.
With how frustrated it looks like Mike Zimmer has been the last month or so with special teams, whether it's Maloof's fault or not, right? These are still his players.
Correct.
We know he was super pissed about the kick to Patterson in the Bears game.
Yep.
He's been very frustrated with Austin Cutting. Right, there's been a lot of problems the last 4 weeks,
and it wasn't the kick to Patterson; it was the lanes and how they filled them. So that's whether it's miscommunication, and so it comes down to him. If it's miscommunication to the players, or players aren't getting the play calls, or they're not,
whether it's Marwan's fault or not, I think Zim's patience is run out. They were yelling at each other a week or so ago. So.
I mean, you look at the fact that you're benching your long snapper and picking a guy up off the street who hasn't snapped in 2 years or something like that. Shows how much your patience is wearing thin. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Adam Thielen ends up back there just fair catching. Like, hey, Adam, we just need somebody who can catch this ball and not screw it up. Now, I don't know if BB's Undertaker redemption, back-to-back plays is going to help him get back there at punt return again. But honestly, I could see him literally saying either Justin Jefferson or Thielen, let's get on the judge machine this
Can't
week.
risk those guys.
I mean, but there's nothing that can happen if they fair catch it. If you literally just say fair catch this.
Yeah, but that's what's crazy about BB's fumble is that it was a fair catch.
Correct.
Right. So earlier in the game, he gets absolutely obliterated.
Correct.
There's a flag thrown because the guy hit him too early.
Yep.
And he somehow holds on to that one. Like the one that no human has any business holding on to.
Right. Maybe he saw ghost.
Chad Beebe holds on to it.
Take one big hit on the punt return.
He fair catches it and closes his eyes. Like he's jumping off the cliff.
Forward. He looked forward at the guy. So
it looked like he closed his eyes.
Maybe he had a quick glimpse again of that last hit he took, and it was a flashback, and he's like, "Oh crap, he's close."
But you and I were talking about this when you first walked in, before Fan Line even started. If you fair catch it, if the guy obliterates you again and you fumble it, you're getting the ball back anyway. So you just got to focus and catch it.
Because they're yelling all kinds of stuff.
He put his head down and shut his eyes.
They're yelling stuff in your ear. Weird. They're calling you names. They're trying to spook you. They can do that.
Dave in Eden Prairie.
All right. My question is, what is going on with special teams? And Corey, you need to be nicer to Sauce on Power Trip.
Awesome. Thanks for the call. Matt in Moorhead.
Yeah, hey, I was just wondering if we're going to tank for Hawks Crane.
Okay, awesome. Back-to-back
How did
cool
we get
calls.
back to that?
I don't know. Brady in Wisconsin. Hi, Brady.
Hey, guys. I just want to talk about it's just crazy on how things can change in a football season. Because at the beginning of the year, you guys know we started 1-5. Defense is crap. Let's just get rid of Cousins. He's throwing 10 interceptions and all that. But I think Cameron Dancer and Jeff Gladney have really came into form, and I think we're going to be a really good football team, possibly in the playoffs this year or for sure next year. And go Packers and Chiefs. Thanks, guys.
All right. A little optimism. I mean, Gladney's had some highs and some lows, right? Dantzler, when he's on the field, has had some highs and some lows. It's a learning curve for every single defensive back. We just have a really, really young group. And again, how many times do we have to say this? I think this is going to be the theme of the show today.
Mm-hmm.
Bridgewater couldn't exploit it, right? He just couldn't.
Yeah.
You got Robbie Anderson, right? You got DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel. You have people that absolutely should be able to put up some big numbers and big yards against this secondary, and Teddy just couldn't exploit it.
Yeah, and he missed the throws, but also when you talk to the caller's point about Kirk Cousins and what he's been able to do, because he talked about the interceptions, blah blah. The first 4 games he threw 100 passes. The previous 4 games before this one, he threw 100 passes. 72 completed now. Before that was only 62. 6 interceptions, 6 touchdowns. As of late, so he was 9-1 coming in this. 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's now at 12 touchdowns and 1 interception in the last 5 games. So Kirk Cousins at 128.2 passer rating was the number 1 quarterback coming into this game of the last 4 games. So Kirk clearly is on the climb. Now, we're not going to put those first 4 and say, well, that usually would be preseason, blah, blah, plus training camp. But you have to, it's true. And every other quarterback had the same situation. No training camp, no preseason. But Kirk is climbing. These young DBs, we talked about that. You were bringing that up. They didn't have that. So now they're getting better as well. You looked at Mike Zimmer, from 2014 to 2019. Defense was immaculate. Second least touchdowns allowed, second least yards per play allowed, 260 sacks, third most. This year, 19 sacks, 19th in the NFL, 4.8 yards per play, 19th in the NFL, 29 touchdowns allowed. It's just it's night and day what this defense looks like. But again, when you can get guys like DJ Wanham, some of these guys finally putting a little bit of pressure. Hopefully, never ever again will Fadi Adenabo have to cover a receiver. That was almost worse than Barr covering the running back. You don't ever want to be in that situation. So those are, Barr having to cover Todd Gurley down the field against the Rams. But other than that, the defensive backs are, when they're playing their technique, you look at Cam Dancer today, made a bunch of pass breakups. You saw Chris Boyd make some pass breakups. Why? Because and Chris Jones, when they're playing off cover 4 and they know their coverage, they can make plays. The problem is when you see guys running free. Somebody screwed up. If they can stop screwing up, like Harrison Smith brought up, just cover your guy, cover your effing guy. We'll win these games. And so they're this close. You look at the Buccaneers having another meltdown game. The Vikings can beat them. Hopefully they can beat the Jags. Then you just got to maybe lose to the Saints. You're still 5-1, like I said they could be.
Vikings win 28-27 over the Panthers. The Vikes are 5-6. The Panthers fall to 4-8. We might take more phone calls after this. We'll see. This is the KFAN Minnesota Vikings radio network driven by Polaris.
When the world changes, you change with it. You push through uncertainty by embracing new rhythms and redefining connection. At Sanford Health, we're standing with you at every point along the way, committed to delivering the care you need when you need it. Because even when your world looks different, you can be confident we've taken every step to keep you safe while you're in our care. Call your local clinic or visit sanfordhealth.org to make an appointment.
For Minnesotans, the outdoors is home. Nobody gives you more ways to get there than Polaris. From Indian motorcycles and Ranger side-by-sides to windy snowmobiles and Bennington pontoons, we bring Minnesota's best to every season. Our wooded trails, twisted highways, and the rugged shores of all 10,000 lakes are an invitation. A chance to let what's outside challenge what's inside you. Polaris, think outside.
Fleet Farm's free gift card event is going on now. Hurry in. These offers are too good to be true. Spend $120 on Carhartt for the family. Get a $20 Fleet Farm gift card. Get a $10 gift card when you buy select size bags of Science Diet dog or cat food. And buy 2 cans of whole cashews or deluxe mixed nuts. Get a $10 gift card. Don't miss these and more during the free gift card event. Hurry in today. Fleet Farm. We've got you covered.
Your CenturyLink fiber internet is all set up.
Nice.
By the way, there may be side effects.
What?
Anything internet connected, TVs, security, and gaming systems is going to be ecstatic.
I'm a TV streaming machine.
Woo! Talking devices? That's new.
Upgrade your house power with CenturyLink fiber internet. Service may not be available in your area. Restrictions apply. For details, visit CenturyLink.com/fiber now.
Your home for all things purple.
Galvin 10-5, touchdown!
FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
3rd and 8 from the Panthers 12. Cook in motion to the right of Kirk Cousins out of the shotgun. BC to the right. Justin Jefferson to the left. Couple of tight ends. They're balanced. Carolina blitzes. Cousins fires to the end zone. Touchdown! He's JJ, and that's his 5th touchdown this season. Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins propel the Vikings to a 6-0 lead. 7 catches, 74 yards for Johnson on a day Adam Thielen's not playing. 1st and goal. Cousins fakes a toss right to Cook. He throws right to Justin. Yes! Touchdown, Vikings! It's Justin Jefferson's 2nd touchdown today. 6 for the season. It's 24-19 Carolina.
Vikings go on to win 28-27 over the Panthers. Justin Jefferson, 7 catches, 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns, like you just heard from Paul Allen. But, Ron, how about the emergence, or I guess re-emergence, of BC Johnson?
Yeah.
Because
There have been a couple of times in the last calendar year where it looked like he was starting to fade away and was just never going to be a factor, right?
Yeah.
After a really promising rookie year, we were like, hey, we got something here.
Yep.
They draft Justin Jefferson. It's like, all right, the top 2 should be set. Thielen and Jefferson.
Yep.
But who's going to be 3? Is it going to be BC? Is it going to be Chad Beebe? There's all these different options. Tajay Sharp, right? When they signed him, maybe he's option 3. And then BC just was a non-factor. They gave him a couple of opportunities, didn't do much with it. 7 catches today and 74 yards, including that 2-point conversion, which was a really good catch.
Right.
Falls to the ground with just one hand on the ball and in slow motion, even after you know he caught it, right? When you're watching the replay, you're like, that ball's coming out. How is he going to hold on to that falling backwards? The ball's going to hit the ground. It's
correct.
Kind of a crazy one-hand fall there, but what a clutch, solid game out of BC Johnson.
Yeah, and he said it on the post game. He said he's been waiting for this moment, and we all thought he was going to be the guy. I think, honestly, the trigger or the leash got pulled on him a little early. The big one was the Colts game. You know, the Colts game, the coverage dictated run a hole slant, meaning sit in the hole, throttle down is what they say. Throttle down a little bit, slow down, so that when the ball gets on you, it hits you in the chest, and then you can get it right upfield. Understanding your DB lets you go a little bit, and then there's a linebacker inside, and they're playing some type of cover 3 or some kind of underneath coverage. Well, BC runs a full speed slant. Kirk Cousins throws in the hole. It goes behind him, tipped, interception. And we hadn't seen BC since the Colts game. Like, I think that's kind of what – and then Justin Jefferson emerges. So, honestly, if BC makes that catch, maybe Justin Jefferson doesn't get the opportunity as soon as he did. But Kirk was kind of forced into, all right, well, BC's not getting it done. Let's put the rookie in, see what he can do. And then he emerges. Well, now BC is back. And then, of course, he went from 2 to 4. Like, BB even got in before BC after that. Like, BB became number 3, and he automatically got demoted. I don't know if that's how the season dictated, meaning Zimmer was pushing it. Like, hey, I want the best guys out there for the best chance to win. I don't have time to wait. And now you see with Adam Thielen being out, the good thing, 1, they won. 2, Kirk Cousins threw to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other guys other than Adam Thielen today. 8 other targets and got catches from 7 of them. So 7 guys caught balls, 4 guys caught 7 catches, 2 guys had 7 targets. If he was in Vegas playing the slots, he came up all 7s, and it worked for him today. Like, that's that's the big thing. And so for BC Johnson, now hopefully Kirk can regain that trust, because when Thielen's back, that adds another weapon. So now it's like, okay, Thielen's not there. Jefferson's not there. Rudolph's not there. Boom. Oh, I got BC in the flat. Like that's going to be the things down the stretch to win these next 4 games, because they got to go 5-1 to make me pay me out. And BC's going to be part of that.
You've been in a lot of locker rooms. You've had coaches break down film either right after or the day after.
Yep.
If you're the Panthers defensive coordinator, if you're the Panthers defense, and you're thinking what we just did, go scales of justice here. Are they more disappointed that they let Justin Jefferson get 70 yards and 2 touchdowns? Or are they more thrilled that they held Cook to 18 carries and 61 yards and no scores?
Well, one, they're pissed off they lost. So that's the first, we lost this game. I think when you go, because you're going to have to go positive, negative, you're going to have to check it off. So, yes, they're definitely excited that they held Cook that low, with 18 carries to not hit 100 yards. He's had big runs all year. Today was the first, and it was the ankle. That was part of it. He was out for a little bit.
But you caused a fumble and kept him to 61 yards. That's an outstanding defensive performance.
Dirtily, you called a fumble, doing the dirty way. But
dirtily, wow.
Dirtily.
What are we doing here?
But if you look at Cook, they're going to take that as a positive. He wasn't able, and then the play action, because Cook was kind of held at check, they weren't able to actually run the play action the way Kirk would have liked. They did some good things, but to look at Justin Jefferson getting 2 scores, clearly some of the token motions when Dalvin Cook motioned to the backfield when they're in bunch left, that frees up the first Justin Jefferson touchdown, because it showed Kirk right away by everybody coming down condensed. He called out the mic, which was to the far, I think it was the far right, became the mic, which meant everybody to the left rushing, we are counting for you. And so that's why the tackle took the DB. Most times you would say, okay, if the DB comes, you're hot. Well, no, Kirk changed it, because you could see him say something to Cook. Cook does whatever. He's telling the tackle, okay, I'm fanning the protection to the left now, because I know, the only way this guy can cover Justin Jefferson is if he is Deion Sanders. But with his foot forward in a track stance, he gave it away too soon. And I think that was another part of the Panthers' issues. They were giving stuff away without disguising it, and it allowed Kirk to see the rush, see the blitz, switch up the protection, and then he throws an absolute strike. If you watch the speed of which he throws the ball to Jefferson and the distance as far as the DB from Jefferson to close on that window was tight. Kirk had to throw it before Justin came out of that break. And so that was just a rookie, not a lot of time together, and being on the same page. We would be saying that about Adam Thielen and Kirk Cousins, but now you see Justin Jefferson kind of every game growing. And then another stat pops up, him and Randy Moss, neck and neck after, into 11 games, all this other stuff. So the kid's having a prolific year.
Before we get back to Vikings talk, and before we let the network go, quick Mahomes Hill update. It's first half, 2 minutes to go. Yep. Patrick Mahomes already has 326 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Both of those to Tyreek Hill, who's at 210. And again, the NFL record for receiving yards is 336. So he has 210, and it's not even halftime. The Jags are next. Ron Johnson, the pathetic garbage Jacksonville Jaguars.
And they won one game.
They are the next opponent of the Minnesota Vikings. We'll talk more about that during the second hour of Minnesota Vikings Fan Line, but at this point, we're going to let the network go. If you want to continue to listen to the show or Vikings Overtime, which follows us, you can download the iHeartRadio app and just find a KFAN 100.3 in the Twin Cities. It's a free app. You should just download it on your phone anyway.
Should.
Then you can listen to the Power Trip, 5:30 to 9, weekday morning.
It's on my phone.
The Vikings win 28-27 over the Carolina Panthers. 651-989-5326 or 1-800-320-5326. This has been the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
The holidays are bustling with activity. Handle it all with Happy Honda Days. Shopping for that perfect present? The Honda Accord and Civic Sedan can get you there. Take on the season with financing as low as 0.9% APR on the 2020 Accord and as low as 1.9% APR on the 2020 Civic Sedan on select models for well-qualified buyers.
Enjoy great deals across our entire lineup. Visit GreaterTwinCitiesHondaDealers.com. See dealer for financing details.
Tired of searching for sports updates in different places? The Xfinity Sportszone gives you the ultimate sports hub experience, where you can find games, news, and highlights all in one place right on your TV. Follow the teams you love across your favorite sports. You can even use the voice remote to access stats and scores. With the Xfinity Sportszone, everybody wins. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store for details. Restrictions apply. Requires Xfinity TV service with X1.
If there's one thing everybody really needs right now, it's reliable home internet. But no one needs any of the hassles that usually come along with it. That's why T-Mobile is bringing you a new choice for high-speed home internet without annual service contracts or data caps. With T-Mobile home internet, you get a fast and reliable connection for just $50 a month with autopay, with no hidden fees and no price hikes. That's right, just $50 a month. That's all it takes for you to get back to work or school or your favorite show so you can do what you need to online. And get this, T-Mobile home internet is super simple to set up. You can have it up and running in minutes. Plus, we offer 24/7 live technical support so you can chat with a real person if you need anything. What are you waiting for, Minnesota? Get hassle-free home internet from T-Mobile today. Sign up at T-Mobile.com/home internet. That's T-Mobile.com/home internet.
During congestion, home internet customers may notice speeds lower than other customers due to data prioritization. Coverage is not available in all areas. Qualifying account and credit required. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in monthly price for eligible accounts. $5 more per month without autopay. See rep for details.
Skip the crowded mall this Black Friday weekend and come to Shane Company, where shopping's safer and easier than ever. To keep everyone safe, we're taking extra precautions, including temperature screenings, mandatory masks, and social distancing. We've also installed a new air purification system with state-of-the-art technology. To make shopping easy for you, we have curated holiday gifts wrapped with a bow and ready to give. This year, one of my favorites is our exclusive star pendant with a natural ice blue sapphire for $165. It's the perfect gift for the star in your life. Another favorite, our elegant cultured pearl pendant with diamond accents for $465. We're going above and beyond to make shopping safer. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and shaneco.com. Check our website for special holiday hours.
You know it's looming. Barrero for Samaritan Tire with the perfect deal to get your vehicle ready for the ravages of winter. Now through December 9th, get a $40, $80, or $120 reward card when you bundle purchases of at least 2 new Michelin or BF Goodrich passenger or light truck tires. Samaritan Tire, locally established for decades, they'll have you in and out in an hour with or without an appointment. Great locations, Minnetonka and Southdale in Edina.
See redemption form for qualifying tires eligible for the $40, $80, or $120 reward card offer. Offer expires December 9th. Void where prohibited. Free pickup and delivery of your car with any new tire purchase.
Warner Stellian is serving up unbeatable, exclusive Black Friday savings on thousands of in-stock appliances. Receive free installation when you choose a KitchenAid, Frigidaire, or Beko dishwasher. Save hundreds on top-rated laundry pairs and complete kitchen packages. Then save more with safe, free delivery and haul away from our trusted specialists. Open a Warner's card and we'll gift you a $100 bonus. Unbeatable Black Friday appliance savings are waiting at Minnesota's own appliance specialist, Warner Stellian.
Vikings Fan Line now continues on FM 100.3 KFAN and the Fan Radio Network. Vikings Fan Line on The Fan is presented by the Greater Twin Cities Honda Dealers, Advanced Imaging, by Randy's Electric, Minnesota Laborers Union, and by Youngsteds. To join in on the conversation on Fan Line, call 651-989-KFAN or 800-320-5326. Now it's your reaction to all the action. Vikings Fan Line. Along with Ron Johnson, here's KFAN's Corey Cove.
All right, welcome back to Minnesota Vikings Fan Line. Shout out to Carboni's for dropping off a bunch of food. Thanks, Carboni's. Pizza out there. Ron, there's plenty left for you.
I know. I saw that. I might take some to go now.
Oh, I think that's allowed. They definitely bring enough. Thanks, Carboni's.
Appreciate it.
So one of the weirdest things that, by the way, we'll get back to the Vikings conversation here in a second, but there's a couple of weird things going on. We just mentioned it right before the break that Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill are just putting on a show, right? Yep. Tyreek Hill had over 200 yards in the first quarter, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes has over 300 yards before halftime. It's insane as well.
He's at 359.
But how about the game that everybody was curious about, the Saints at the Denver Broncos? The Broncos got completely obliterated with their quarterback group because of COVID. So Kendall
none of them wore
Hinton,
masks.
right? Kendall Hinton.
Yep. Kid play receiver Wake Forest.
Right. But played a little bit of quarterback, a little bit at Wake Forest, but he was a practice squad wide receiver for the Broncos. He gets the call. He's 1 for 9 for 13 yards.
And
with
2 interceptions.
interceptions. The
I can't wait to watch that back.
So there were some betting lines that were taken off the board because they just started to grow out of control. It opened like 13 or 14 points. I saw it as high as 17, which is exactly what it's at right now. But 17, and then there were some sites that took it off the board because it was just getting ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I took them at 13.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So you're just getting free money.
Yeah.
Right, because the Saints are up 17, and based on the 1 for 9 and 2 interceptions, you're going to get paid.
Hopefully.
Think about that.
Pete Bursich, and it's on TV. I'm going to post this later because I have to wait till I get home, and Fox is going to send me the clip where we all put our picks in.
Yeah.
Bursich picked the Broncos to win by 1 point.
That's insane.
Not to cover. Because we asked him, we're like, are you saying cover? Because I think by the time Fox, when we got on air, I think it was at like 14.5 or 15. So we thought he meant cover. No. He said, watch, they're going to shock the world and win by 1 point.
Shock the world. Think about it. Kendall Hinton, according to people around the Broncos, no one with the Broncos had ever seen him take a snap.
Yeah, nobody seen him throw a ball.
Right, because he's a wide receiver.
Like somebody showed his clips from practice throwing balls. They were all tosses back to the equipment guy after he made a catch. Like, this kid is not thrown. That's just...
It's not even his fault.
But looking at when, I don't know who paid my guy, Josh McCown, who got drafted in my draft class, somebody's paying him like $500,000 or $1 million to sit at home and be their emergency quarterback on the roster. It actually makes sense now. Like when they first made that, I think it was the Eagles. I don't know who did it, but somebody's paying Josh McCown like $1 million to sit at home and stay away from us, but just work out. And in case this happens, we need you're going to fly in and play quarterback this day. Yeah. Here's the playbook.
Well, this is a true punishment, right? This because everybody's asked, well, why is the Ravens-Steelers game
a
Thursday night game postponed to Sunday, and then they postponed it again to Tuesday? It's because the Broncos just broke protocol, right?
Yeah.
They were doing
all
things
of
they
them were
weren't
caught
supposed
on
to do.
camera without masks.
No masks.
Every quarterback.
So when the Broncos say, well, can we postpone this game? The
No,
NFL's
that's
like,
your fault.
No, your fault. You're out.
Yeah.
1 for 9, 13 yards, 2 interceptions.
Yep. And the Saints have the ball. And what's even nastier is Hill. Taysom Hill is only 38 yards passing. 56.9 passer rating. And that's the guy you decide to put in instead of Jameis Winston. Like, that's sad.
You famously a week ago said the Vikings were going to finish the season 5-1 in the last 6 games.
Yeah. 5-1 or 4-2.
But close enough to maybe make a playoff run. They find a bizarre way to sneak today's game out 28-27. Jags, the horrible Jags, come to US Bank Stadium on Sunday. Then the Buccaneers host the Vikings after that. The Vikings come back here and host the Bears with it. Looks like maybe Mitchell Trubisky back at the helm, right? Depending on what happens in 3 weeks.
Oh, Mitchell
Trubisky. And then at the Saints and at the Lions. Your thoughts now on the last 5 games?
I'm still where I'm at. 4-2. 4-2 or 5-1. Like they can win the Bears, Lions. They just won today. They're going to win the Jags, hopefully. And then they're going to split with Saints.
So you're still sticking with 9-7 or 8-8?
I'm still sticking with it.
And does 8-8 or 9-7 get them into the postseason?
8-8, I think no. 9-7.
They take 7 this year, right? Expanded playoffs this year.
And they might take 8 if some COVID breakout happens in week 17 and 18 that force them to say, okay, if you guys don't play this, we're going to put an 8th team in the playoffs. And that 8th team has to be a lock. Like it's still not going to be one of those tie situations.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's an 8th team that's a lock, they're going to take it. Meaning like if the Vikings are the de facto 8th seed, they would take them in. Same with the Cardinals somehow fall and they become the de facto 8th seed. They're going to take them. But yeah, right now a 7 seed. If the Cardinals lose and the Bears lose, they have a chance. Bears need to lose, and then the Vikings are ahead of the Bears now.
All right, who is your Liuna's hardest working player of the game? Thanks, Liuna.
The one the fans love to hate. I'm giving it to Kirk Cousins. Like, he came down and won the game. Like, that was the big thing, is the Vikings – in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter and the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter had the worst defense in the NFL. 62 plays they faced. Well, Kirk Cousins found a way to still be a top fourth quarter quarterback, 115 passer rating. He got it done today. 0 interceptions other than that fumble.
115 for the game, right? But your friends at Fox 9, I didn't fact check this, but I'm going to assume their graphic is correct.
Yep.
They said in the fourth quarter, he was 12 of 13 for 2 touchdowns. My guess is that is a 158.3 passer rating.
Probably.
For the fourth quarter. So it's hard to go perfect in the fourth and not get some love, but I'm sure people on Twitter found
and I can check that real quick for you. But yeah, I mean, if you look at what he did and you look at the overall just Kirk Cousins' body of work, you know, other than the fumble, I mean, which technically, I mean, it's his fault. Looked like he was trying to toss the underhand, too. I don't know what it
Well, but the weirdest thing about that, and I think Pete said it on the broadcast, is that the pressure came right up the middle, and Kirk didn't get rid of it or see it or just take the sack, right? If you don't think you can get rid of it in time, just tuck it and go down.
Yeah, he was actually in the fourth quarter. Fox is off on that. He was 12 for 15.
Way to go, Fox.
12 for 15.
It's your friends. Hobie screwed it up.
Hobie might have.
Hobie and Don blew it.
But it was 144 is his passer rating in the fourth quarter.
Then Twitter's right. That's not very good.
2 TDs, 1 sack.
We got about 3 segments to go, but we're running a little bit behind because the post game went so long because everybody was so jacked up that Greg had about 97 interviews. So we got to get back on course. So Vikings overtime can start around 5:30 or so. So we'll take some phone calls between now and the end of the show, and then also they will probably take some calls up until 6:30 at 651-989-5326 or 1-800-320-5326. This is a Minnesota Vikings fan line on KFAN and the Fan Radio Network.
Hey, it's Corey Cove here for Dr. Ron Shapiro, the doctor's doctor, and ShapiroMedical.com. Hey, look, does your wife complain about your thinning hair? Well, have her call Shapiro and look like the hero. Dr. Shapiro has taken clients from all over the planet, and he literally wrote the textbook that all other surgeons follow. That's why I chose to go to Dr. Ron Shapiro, and you should too. His office is in Bloomington, right off of 494 and 100. Set up your free, no-obligation consultation today at ShapiroMedical.com. That's ShapiroMedical.com.
It's Paul Allen. Know what the legendary Purple People Eaters and TimberTech Decking have in common? A dominating defense. TimberTech has the durability to hold up against Minnesota weather for decades. Not only will it not rot, warp, or splinter like conventional wood, it looks more like wood than any composite brand. And with up to a 50-year warranty, you're protected season after season. Start designing the deck you've always wanted at TimberTech.com. Better tech, better deck. TimberTech, go against the grain. It's Paul Allen visiting with Travis, who's a proud laborers union member from Local 563. Travis, what type of construction work are you doing to help build a better Minnesota?
For over 15 years, I have worked on commercial projects that impact the general public. My work as a skilled laborers union member has helped people move safely through malls, corridors, airports, and much more. It is important work, and I'm glad to be a part of LiUNA to make it happen.
To learn more, visit liunaminnesota.org.
Amazon is now hiring near you for the holiday season, and they're looking for team members who know that delivering important packages really matters. From boxing it up to sending it on its way, every package Amazon delivers matters to someone. Are you ready to start delivering smiles that can make someone's every day? Are you ready for benefits and flexible shifts? Immediate hourly roles are available at amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Signs you should. Brought to you by Randy's Electric. Those crackling sounds in your basement sent you searching for an intruder, but you didn't find an intruder. Instead, you found your electrical panel sparking. So you smashed it with a wrench. Then the panel caught fire, and you lost your wrench. And now you're in an ambulance, and your spouse is with you. And they're reminding you that you should have had Randy's Electric replace that panel years ago. This has been a sign you should call Randy's Electric. Get the job done right the first time. Online at randyselectric.com. That's randyselectric.com.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, one more rep. You got this. 10. There it is. Nice work. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The big hurt, right?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is Testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance.
Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
No problem. You just got to send them a text. Text TIGER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help get you back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TIGER to 42424. That's TIGER to 42424.
Hey, what do you want to da-da-da? I don't know. What do y'all think we should da-da-da? Well, what did we da yesterday? Yesterday. All the dolls feel like the same doll these days. I know. Like, is today Monday or Tuesday? Today is Thursday. Oh, no, I forgot to call my mom on her birthday. Oh, no.
These days, nothing is normal and everything is weird.
But you could still save big when you switch to Progressive. That won't change. Not today or any day.
Quote today at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Broadcasting from the Bryant Heating and Cooling Studios, this is FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Your station for Skull is FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
The Panthers are +3 in the take give this season. Vikings -5. Handoff Dalvin goes right up the middle from the 25. He's hit at the 26. Falls outside. Ball was ripped away, and Chin is in the end zone again.
Dalvin's slow to get up.
And Jeremy Chin is celebrating with his second touchdown of the game. This rookie has run Carolina to a 20-10 lead. Forget that, Pete's right. Dalvin Cook got smacked, and he's on his knees.
We're going to make the double chin touchdowns your Timber Tech turnovers of the game.
Figure that out, what you were talking about.
Right, because you could argue the most critical turnover of the game was the muff punt at the end by Chad Beebe, but man, the most amazing turnovers of the game were the back-to-back fumble returns for touchdowns out of Chin. 10 seconds apart. Takes a 3-point Panther deficit into an 11-point Panther lead, and the Vikings still come back to win. But that is your Timber Tech turnover of the game.
Yeah, and that's one of those things we'll not say never, because you never know what 2020.
Probably never
that's
see.
something we'll never see again.
Somebody on Twitter just pointed this out, so this is something we can track for the rest of this show, and the guys in overtime will probably track it as well. We mentioned earlier, and I think this is like the third or fourth time I brought it up, but it's incredible. Tyreek Hill, 210 yards at half. And 2 touchdowns, but 210. Mahomes, 359 yards at halftime.
Yep.
The NFL records for both. 336 for receiving. That was Flipper Anderson in 1989. So that record's held for 31 years.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill, 126 yards away from tying it. The NFL record for passing yards in a game, I would have guessed more than this, but 554.
Drew Brees?
Norm Van Brocklin in 1951.
They must play the team that was trash because they didn't really throw the ball back then.
Right. 1951, 554. And again, Mahomes has 359.
Did somebody find the all 22 of that
at halftime? Crazy.
Yeah.
So we will monitor that and the debacle in Denver with Kendall Hinton
I'm still
throwing like Uncle Rico.
They're playing.
Mark in Roseville. Hi, Mark.
Yeah, I'm calling from Roseville, the hometown of Polaris.
Right, driven by Polaris.
Yeah, well, I live in Roseville. Okay, the reason I'm calling is I'm calling about that talk. You were talking about those 2 takeaways from that rookie. That record stood for 72 years.
Yeah, they said it on the broadcast. Yeah.
That was in a game.
Yeah.
That was in a game completely, though, not back-to-back plays, right? It was 2 fumble returns in one game. It had been 70-something years.
Yeah,
well, that record stood for 72 years. So, so that's what they broke today.
Yep.
Right.
Sure did.
Chris in Owatonna. Hi, Chris.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Hey, how you guys doing? First,
I mean, kind of good. I don't know.
to be honest. And I'd have my autographed version of the Initials game on the way. I'm sure you're glad that came up organically.
Yeah, initialsgame.com. Thanks for bringing that up.
I'm calling. The first time I called about Eric Kendricks, I want to bring him up again. Just his pre-snap reads are elite. I just can't give him enough credit. But I do want to also give some credit to Kirk Cousins. Ran for 2 first downs today. And I know you guys brought it up with Liuta, player of the game or whatever. But yeah, I think he catches a lot of flack that maybe is undeserved. And I'll hang up and listen. But I do want to say Meat Sauce did absolutely call Mark Hamill as the Luke Skywalker as a singer of that country song.
Yeah, no chance. That was no chance. Everybody's just got ridiculous takes today. So Kirk, no, but you and I were talking about this before Fan Line started as well, and Muss and I kept pointing this out. Not only did Kirk have 3 or 4 runs today that were pretty crafty.
Yeah.
How many times did it look like Kirk was about a half a second away from getting destroyed and got rid of the ball right at the last second? So for a guy that gets accused sometimes of holding on to the ball too long, I thought he did a pretty good job today of sensing, like, I got to get rid of it. Sure, the fumble that got returned.
Right.
That's not a very good example of that because it's right in your face. You should see that guy coming. But outside of that, there were times, especially in the fourth, I'm like, oh, man, this is a strip sack waiting to happen.
Yep.
And Kirk would get rid of it.
Yeah,
He
the
felt
deep over.
The pocket collapsing.
The one I think everybody, even Vilma said it on the thing. He's like, oh, he's sacked. Oh, wait, no, he's not. And Kirk Cousins is not just holding the ball. It's holding the ball and not stepping up or realizing where the pocket is coming from. Because, I mean, you played video games and the old pocket pressure on a video game where you had to do it in training camp and you would have to sense where guys are coming from. And there's a drill that quarterbacks do during training camp with a little stick or a broom, and different coaches do it different ways to force the quarterback to almost like Mr. Miyagi it. And you got to close your eyes and spidey sense this thing. And you got to feel it. You just got to feel it. Like it's a thing. And today Kirk Cousins felt it because the deep over to Justin Jefferson, I don't know if it's Reef staying locked on and actually saying, okay, let me finish this block. But he does a good job of pushing the guy through. Kirk steps up, boom, throws a strike. Next time, same thing. Guys coming, boom, drops it off to BB. And so Kirk did an excellent job doing that today. Not only did he do that, I didn't see a ball that was almost, because we always talk about that, oh, that's almost picked off if the guy could catch. There wasn't really any balls like that today where you felt like Kirk was just being reckless with the ball or not realizing who to throw it to. He was decisive. He went through his read progressions, and he was watching guys. You can see it from top to bottom, like the one where BC on the 3rd and 4 ran short. You see Kirk watch Justin Jefferson run the corner out first. That's his first read. And then, boom, immediately comes to the second read and just lets it go. He doesn't think. He doesn't say, should I not throw it? That was just Kirk. He deserves credit. And sometimes he doesn't get it, but then he gets all the blame. And today, even if they had lost, you can't blame, if he makes that field goal, you can't blame this game on Kirk. Like, Kirk did everything to win this game without Adam Thielen. And I think we keep forgetting
and
that.
Without Irv Smith.
And without Irv
Ezra
Smith.
Cleveland.
Correct. And he's still, with Brent Jones at guard, with BC Johnson and BB as your 2 and 3 receivers. You know, it's Conklin, Rudolph, and then the other kid, number 86, played today, the other tight end who hadn't played much. He got in today. So when you look at that and you look at just what Kirk had to work with. I mean, we're not making him out to be, Joe Namath or anybody like that
Patrick
now. But
Mahomes.
Brandon Dillon. That was the other tight end. Brandon Dillon got.
Glad you remember the name because I had no idea who you were talking
Brandon Dillon. He got a chance today to make his first catch. And so all that stuff. I mean, it's just Kirk had to makeshift some things here and there, but he found the open guy. I mean, most guys would not think to throw the ball to Brandon Dillon.
Right.
But Kirk was just like, I'm going to throw it to the guy that's open. Hopefully he catches the ball. And it worked.
I don't think this really matters much for the game next Sunday, but semi-breaking NFL news, the Jaguars have fired their general manager, Dave Caldwell, after a 27-25 loss to the Cleveland Browns, and it dropped the team to 1-10 on the season.
At least they didn't fire their
straight
coach.
Games. Right, so I don't know if firing a GM matters, but maybe the coach is following that? I don't know.
Maybe,
We'll
but
see.
the last time they fired the coach, the Falcons came here. We know what happened next. So good thing they kept their coach.
Speaking of not having Adam Thielen, I have a Thielen Sherlock Holmes question for you when we come back.
Okay.
I don't quite understand what's happened the last week with Thielen. Let's talk about that when the
put my
show
thinking cap
returns.
on.
This is Minnesota Vikings Fan Line on KFAN and the Fan Radio Network.
It's Chris Hockey. When builders and remodelers told me they professionally install best-in-market quality windows and doors at great prices, I said, well, you got to prove it because I need them both. And did they ever? I love what Builders and Remodelers has done for my home, and you will too. And right now, you can save up to $350 per window or door with no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2022. Just go to buildersandremodelers.com for details. That's buildersandremodelers.com. Nobody does it better. Let them prove it to you.
The holidays are bustling with activity. Handle it all with Happy Honda Days. Surprise visit home? The Honda Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline have it under control. Take on the season with financing as low as 0.9% APR on the 2021 Pilot and Passport and as low as 1.9% APR on the 2020 Ridgeline on select models for well-qualified buyers.
Enjoy great deals across our entire lineup. Visit GreaterTwinCitiesHondaDealers.com. See dealer for financing details.
Tired of searching for sports updates in different places? The Xfinity Sportszone gives you the ultimate sports hub experience, where you can find games, news, and highlights all in one place right on your TV. Follow the teams you love across your favorite sports. You can even use the voice remote to access stats and scores. With the Xfinity Sportszone, everybody wins. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store for details. Restrictions apply. Requires Xfinity TV service with X1.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey with my friend Ian Youngstedt of Youngstedts, and you guys have some Black Friday deals going through December 3rd.
Yeah, Hockey. Right now, we got great Black Friday specials. You get up to a $150 rebate plus an instant $50 rebate.
With 4 Goodyear tires, am I reading this correctly?
That's correct. Plus, you'll get an additional $50 Youngstedts gift card.
That's huge. All of this happening at Youngstedts. How many locations now?
14 locations.
And what's that thing you say?
Our family taking care of your family since 1971.
Find out about these deals and more at youngstedts.com.
If there's one thing everybody really needs right now, it's reliable home internet. But no one needs any of the hassles that usually come along with it. That's why T-Mobile is bringing you a new choice for high-speed home internet without annual service contracts or data caps. With T-Mobile home internet, you get a fast and reliable connection for just $50 a month with autopay, with no hidden fees and no price hikes. That's right, just $50 a month. That's all it takes for you to get back to work or school or your favorite show so you can do what you need to online. And get this, T-Mobile home internet is super simple to set up. You can have it up and running in minutes. Plus, we offer 24/7 live technical support so you can chat with a real person if you need anything. What are you waiting for, Minnesota? Get hassle-free home internet from T-Mobile today. Sign up at T-Mobile.com/home internet. That's T-Mobile.com/home internet.
During congestion, home internet customers may notice speeds lower than other customers due to data prioritization. Coverage is not available in all areas. Qualifying account and credit required. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in monthly price for eligible accounts. $5 more per month without autopay. See rep for details.
Warner Stellian is serving up unbeatable, exclusive Black Friday savings on thousands of in-stock appliances. Receive free installation when you choose a KitchenAid, Frigidaire, or Beko dishwasher. Save hundreds on top-rated laundry pairs and complete kitchen packages. Then save more with safe, free delivery and haul away from our trusted specialists. Open a Warner's card and we'll gift you a $100 bonus. Unbeatable Black Friday appliance savings are waiting at Minnesota's own appliance specialist, Warner Stellian.
Some of us need to rely on our cars more than ever to safely get to work, the grocery store, and appointments. Whether you need a car now or plan to buy someday soon, Cars.com has your match and all the latest deals. Shop from home. Cars.com now features nearly 2 million cars ready for home delivery. Set up virtual appointments with local dealers to tour your favorites. Save the car you want. Click to buy when you're ready. Yep, car shop from your couch with confidence on Cars.com.
Your home for all things purple.
Always hit and he's sacked.
FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
This is a 28-yard try right hash. West side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Snap, good spot down. And blocked! Yes, we did something well. Sly's kick is blocked. We have blocked kicks in successive weeks. And some positivity for the Minnesota Vikings covenant. Wanham, I'll take him. DJ Wanham with a blocked field goal.
Yeah, that blocked field goal ended up mattering, right? Butterfly effect, blah, 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 blah. But still, just a weird second half, right?
Yeah.
Right off the bat with those back-to-back fumble returns, but still just bizarre play after bizarre play. And in a weird way, all of them trickled down. And it led to, again, like you said, not only did Kirk do everything he could, Beebe gets the game winning touchdown, but at the time, the go-ahead touchdown. And then Teddy throws up just a miracle. 4 Vikings or 3 or 4 Vikings right in the middle of the field. Somehow the Panther receiver comes down with it. They get a 54-yarder.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
win
I mean,
it, and the guy couldn't have kicked it worse.
In my mind, like, as I'm listening to PA, and I'm just, like, my heart was beating one. I don't know why, but it was. But listening to PA, when he, like, started drilling it out, because I love how PA breaks it down, and he's, they lined up this. Well, in my mind, I'm like, he's going to make this. Because I'm like, it's just the way the game went. You know, it was like back and forth, knockout, drag out fight.
Right, Teddy was going to get you.
Yeah,
even though Teddy didn't play well,
right.
He was going to get
because
you in a
Sports
matter
Center
with the
would have
miracle.
run that last drive of Teddy Bridgewater beating the Vikings and hadn't, been here since 2016, blah, blah. Like, I just knew it was going to come back, and it went left. But if you look at all the plays, like you said, the block field goal, everybody's like, oh, that doesn't really matter. Like that's not going to matter. They're getting blown out.
It didn't feel like it mattered at the time. It really didn't.
That would have put them up by 9 if they had made that. If we kind of, like you said, butterfly effect, and we look at it, that puts them up by 9. Now, maybe if the Vikings know they have to go for 2 because they make that field goal going down the stretch and they're going, maybe we end up in the same spot because the Vikings start going for 2 And now it still ends up being down by 7 or down by 6 or whatever it might be. But it just one of those things that Glenn Macy used to say, the difference between 6-5 and 5-6 is a blink of an eye. Yeah. Like they blinked against the Cowboys. They didn't blink today. They found a way to win.
All right. Thanks to our friends at Builders and Remodelers. What can the Vikings build on, Ron?
This receiver plethora of just distributing the ball. Like you look at BC Johnson, 7 targets, Justin Jefferson, 13, Kyle Rudolph, 8, BB, 7, Cook, 4, Dylan, 1, Conklin, 2, and Tajay Sharp, 1. He was looking at everybody possible. Now, if you add Thielen to this mix, Jefferson's targets probably go down to about 7 or 8. BC's go down to about 4. Rudolph's go down to about 4 because Thielen's going to require about 14, 15 targets. But that's what you have to build on. Like you have to use your other guys. I think we've brought this up numerous times when it feels like he's staring Thielen down and then we're yelling like, oh, so-and-so's wide open on the corner route, or so-and-so is wide open on the dig route, or he's open on the deep over. So hopefully Kirk, again, quarterbacks, it's muscle memory. So now for him, he remembers throwing the ball to these other guys. And now when Thielen comes back, I think, he has a couple more days because he has to have so many negative tests. And hopefully he's back for the Jaguars game.
Okay, but that's exactly where I wanted to go with this. Let's talk about Thielen for a second. What the hell happened with Thielen?
Yeah.
He gets on the COVID-19 reserve list.
Yep.
And like we've seen with CJ Ham, like we've seen with other big-time players in the last handful of weeks, it's that 5-day window where if you have high exposure or whatever, you got to sit out for 5. But as long as you don't test positive, you can play.
Correct.
So enough time had passed where I thought Thielen was probably going to come off the list. He didn't.
Yep.
Then his wife posts the video of him jumping around the house without a mask on. The boys are there. The wife's there. So I'm going, well, I doubt he has COVID unless the whole family has COVID. I know when my whole family had COVID, it's not like we were wearing masks around each other. All 4 of us had it.
Correct.
So does the entire family have it? I guess it's technically none of my business, but since they posted it on Twitter, if he has COVID, then apparently the whole family does.
Correct. They do.
Oh, you do know that?
Yeah.
You're reporting that or somebody actually said
that? No,
that?
according to her Instagram post, she said, thanks for all the love, the wishes, the thank yous, the blah, blahs. There's some other personal messages back and forth. I reached out to the family, but from her Instagram post that people can read
this is
everything.
Public information.
Yeah, it's on her Instagram. She just said Adam's doing just fine. So I don't know if maybe he had a positive or she had a positive or kids did or whatever. But
wait a minute. If she just said it's just fine,
she said Adam's doing just fine. Thanks for all the thanks and well wishes.
But that could mean anything unless you have more information.
I'm just saying what she posted. She said, thank you for the well wishes. Adam is doing just fine. Blah, blah. Healthy, no symptoms. We're fine.
I don't know. You didn't help me at all. No. But he almost has to have it. Otherwise, he would have been off the list.
Yeah. That's what you can.
And again, the Sherlock Holmes in me says if he has it and he's not isolating because the whole family's sitting there watching the game and
they've been in the house. They've all been in the house.
Right. Then the whole family has it. Okay. We just put that puzzle together. I'm going to go with it. Who cares? Right.
Roll with it.
I wonder if he got it from the entire Gopher team.
He was out there running routes.
Well, nobody in the team is now that Bateman opted out.
Yeah.
They're not playing again. Who's going to play again? The Gopher football team or Adam Thielen?
Adam Thielen.
Yeah, because the Gophers ain't playing again, right?
They might play Iowa.
I don't think so. This is Minnesota Vikings Fan Line on KFAN and the Fan Radio Network.
Tired of searching for sports updates in different places? The Xfinity Sportszone gives you the ultimate sports hub experience, where you can find games, news, and highlights all in one place right on your TV. Follow the teams you love across your favorite sports. You can even use the voice remote to access stats and scores. With the Xfinity Sportszone, everybody wins. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store for details. Restrictions apply. Requires Xfinity TV service with X1.
Hey, it's Nordo for Profile by Sanford. AJ, you look fantastic. How's the weight loss journey going?
It's gone great. It's something that has been difficult for me in the past, but Profile has taken the guesswork out of it and helped me along the way.
The food's good, the program's unbelievable, but working with the coaches, that's awesome as well.
That's right. Whether you have an up week or a down week, they guide you the entire way, and ultimately it will work for you.
Why don't you guide yourself to profileplan.com? 14 awesome locations in Minnesota. Learn more about the program and how you can make a lifestyle change. Profileplan.com. It's profileplan.com.
'Tis the season for deals at Scheels. This extended holiday sale event is one of our biggest and longest of the season, and it's on now through November 30th. No matter who's on your list, you'll find exactly what they want at Scheels. We've got must-haves from Patagonia, Nike, Sorel, Traeger, Sitka, and so many more. Avoid the crowds and get your shopping done early at the Scheels Holiday Sale Event. In-store or online at scheels.com.
Some of us need to rely on our cars more than ever to safely get to work, the grocery store, and appointments. Whether you need a car now or plan to buy someday soon, Cars.com has your match and all the latest deals. Shop from home. Cars.com now features nearly 2 million cars ready for home delivery. Set up virtual appointments with local dealers to tour your favorites. Save the car you want. Click to buy when you're ready. Yep, car shop from your couch with confidence on Cars.com.
You know it's looming. Barrero for Samaritan Tire with the perfect deal to get your vehicle ready for the ravages of winter. Now through December 9th, get a $40, $80, or $120 reward card when you bundle purchases of at least 2 new Michelin or BF Goodrich passenger or light truck tires. Samaritan Tire, locally established for decades, they'll have you in and out in an hour with or without an appointment. Great locations, Minnetonka and Southdale in Edina.
See redemption form for qualifying tires eligible for the $40, $80, or $120 reward card offer. Offer expires December 9th. Void where prohibited. Free pickup and delivery of your car with any new tire purchase.
We made USAA insurance for busy moms like Kate. She's a veteran made of flexibility to balance work, home, and her hobbies. From starting the workday to finishing her latest do-it-yourself project. So when another car accidentally bumped into hers while she was running an errand, Kate didn't let a little fender bender put a dent in her schedule. With just a few taps on her USAA mobile app, she filed her claim and was back on track. USAA Insurance is made the way members like Kate need it, easy, and with savings that fit right into her budget, so she can get back to getting it all done. Switching you could save with USAA Auto Insurance. Get a quote today at USAA.com/auto. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates.
We are Uline, North America's leading distributor of shipping, packaging, and industrial supplies. As an essential business, customers rely on us for the products they need to keep operations running. Uline is hiring warehouse professionals. Make your move to enjoy competitive pay and discover your full potential at a growing and stable company that puts your safety first. At Uline, it begins with you. Apply today. Visit uline.jobs.
Vikings football heard here. On FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Joey Sly to the east side of U.S. Bank Stadium from 54 to finish the game. Snap down spot, kick, Sly! Yes, he missed it! To the left, and the Minnesota Vikings have come back and beaten a sloppy Carolina Panthers team. A second to go in the game, but the Vikings are going to win 28-27.
They do win 28-27. Welcome back to Minnesota Vikings Fan Line. One segment for us before we toss it over to Vikings Overtime. Hi, Ron, by the way. How you doing? Still good?
Hey, I'm good.
Still hanging in there?
I'm just liking the messages from people telling me I was right. The Vikings might actually win out, go 5-1.
Okay, you've won 1 of the 6. So slow down on you might be right.
Hey, I'm telling you.
They barely won this game against the disastrous
I'm just looking at the
Panthers.
messages.
Your crucial choice of the game brought to you by our friends at Choice Bank.
Yeah, the Panthers, their choices for the last drive, just absolutely horrible, but good for the Vikings.
Let's break it down. So BB muffs the punt.
Yep. 2 minutes and 10
Panthers
seconds
take
to go.
over with 2:10. Shotgun position or shotgun formation. Mike Davis up the middle for 5 yards, right?
Yep.
That's exactly what the Panthers should do.
Correct.
They run it down to the 2-minute warning.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Davis left for 3 yards. Vikings call timeout.
Yep.
Then Teddy Bridgewater, which if you're going to pass it, you have to complete it, right? When that
Correct.
spot, you got to complete it. Teddy Bridgewater throws to a wide open DJ Moore, and he misses it so badly that DJ Moore gets hurt on the play.
Right.
So the clock stops. You don't even have to call a timeout. The Vikings didn't have any left anyway.
Right.
So that drive, 4 plays, 6 yards, 19 seconds.
Yeah.
That is a disaster. Absolute disaster to only get 3 points and not run more than 19 seconds off the clock.
Right.
I know the Vikes have a timeout. I know you got to have the 2-minute warning. How do you not run the ball on 3rd down? I don't understand that. right?
Yeah, or poor choices.
Or again, how do you not hit that wide open receiver? That's what Teddy's really got to look at it in the mirror today and say, how did I miss that dude, man? I'm a pro quarterback and I missed him that badly.
Right.
No pressure in his face or anything, just wide open, just missed it. So that is your crucial choice of the game, brought to you by Choice Bank. But how about the Randy's electric spark of the game? What was the spark, Ron?
I say the Justin Jefferson touchdown, and then combine that with the BC 2-point conversion, because that gave them the hope. Like, we are down 3 points, we can do this, we're back in this game. And then
they got back in this game because Matt Rule, which, by the way, you told me off the air that Matt Rule, according to people that were following this on Twitter, that Matt Rule's post-game press conference.
Yep.
When the Bob Hagan of the Carolina Panthers came out and said, time for 2 more.
Yep.
Whoever the hell that guy or gal is for Carolina, when they were ready to wrap it up, our sources are saying that Matt Rule was basically saying, hey, this is on me.
Correct.
I got to take the blame for this loss. I blew it in terms of game theory and strategy down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take as many questions as you
ask
have.
me as many
if that's
questions
true,
until
that's
you're done.
exactly what he should have done.
That's what they just tweeted it out. They said, he said that, like, let's go. Let's hold the plane. I will be late to the plane. You guys can't leave without me. So ask away. And my guess is the reporters were pretty, probably 6 or 7 more questions. They probably want to keep him there for an hour. But yeah, it was a good gesture by him to, one, be a man and admit, yep, I made the mistake. I should have ran the clock out. I know you guys want to ask me this a million times. Why didn't I? So let's get to it. So you don't ask me on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week.
Right, because it wasn't just about the incompletion on 3rd down with a wide open DJ Moore that hurt Moore. It was so bad. It was also the previous drive, right? On a 2nd and 14, Bridgewater incomplete to Smith.
Right.
3rd and 14, Bridgewater incomplete to Thomas. If either of those gets completed, the clock runs all the way down to the 2-minute warning before, and everything's different after that. We get that, but you're giving the Vikings free time.
Yeah.
The clock stopped twice at 2:26 and 2:23 because you had 2 incompletions back to back on 2nd and 3rd down.
Yeah,
it's just midfield. Those are daggers. If you get any of those,
poor play call.
Just
but
awful.
at the same time, though, if Teddy Bridgewater makes the throw,
it's over.
It's over.
Yep. Yeah. Wide open.
And so you can't blame the coach completely. Yes, you can blame him, but also the players.
The whole vibe's different. Teddy just was not accurate today. For, like you've said, for the last 2 hours, for a guy who is, that's the one thing you can say about him, is he's accurate.
Right.
Does he have a deep ball? Not really. Is he a super clutch player? Maybe not really. But he's accurate.
Right.
Not today. Not very good. All right, Jaguars next. They're awful. They just fired their GM. They're an absolute train wreck. You still got the Bucs on the schedule. You still got the Saints on the schedule. We don't know what the Bears are going to look like by the time the Bears game rolls around. We don't know what the Matt Patricia-less Lions are going to look like before the last game of the year. It's a weird schedule.
The number of teams
they're
going to have to play without their head coach they started with that might be a record for teams that have lost their head coach coming to play the Vikings. Like, I wonder how many
between
times.
now and the end of the year, the Vikings might have a new special teams coach.
Probably.
Or have Zimmer punch him in the face. One of those two things is very, very possible. Vikings Overtime is next. Power Trip Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. Ben Lieber will join about 7 to try to break down the weirdness that was Panthers-Vikings. The Vikings win 28-27 over Carolina. The Vikes are 5-6 and still alive in the playoffs. Carolina's 4-8 and just hanging by a thread, right? I mean, they're all but done.
Yeah, unless they let an 8th team in and they can win out as well.
Right, they'd have to win out,
Yeah,
right.
they have to go 8-8.
That's Ron Johnson. I'm Corey Cove. Thanks for checking out Minnesota Vikings Fan Line. Overtime is next. This has been Minnesota Vikings Fan Line on KFAN and the Fan Radio Network.
The holidays are bustling with activity. Handle it all with Happy